Sorry, I was talking to myself, but nobody's here yet. So, anyway, if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. And if you're just joining us, welcome. I hear we have a challenge coming very, very soon. So, I'm excited to be here. I'm going to go ahead and type the link to the challenge at the bottom right now before we get started. I'm going to put that down there. It's mapyourbookout.com. And we already see it there, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that this I can't pin the comment. But anyway, welcome if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook. Before we get started, listen, sharing is caring, right? Sharing is caring. I have a lot to say. I'll be here before you. So listen, you have a moment. I want you to click that share button, share it in your groups, share it on your page. Share it everywhere. Share it everywhere. If you're on YouTube, send a link to a friend or two. And definitely, I want you to greet me as you come in. I want you to say hello. I want you to tell me where you're from, how you doing on this Saturday evening. And I'm going to tell you who I am, right? You may see from the title, but I'm not sure what that comment says, but hi Parish. So I am one of the staff members at Beyond the Book Media, and I want to share with you a little bit about my role there tonight. I want to encourage you and I want to get you ready for the challenge. But first, I want to talk about the challenge. So we are doing a 3-day Map Your Book Out challenge, where we're going to help you map your book out in 3 days, and we start next Friday. We are literally 6 days away. In 6 more days, we're going to get started. We also have something happening as a pre-event. Hi, right now it says you're a Facebook user, so I can't greet you by name, but if you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, it'll allow me to see your name, or you can come on over to YouTube. We're live on YouTube too, and I think I automatically see your name. But hello, welcome. I'm glad that you have joined us on the live stream. So what we're going to do is that starts next Friday, but next Wednesday, we're going to be having spiritual deliverance for business owners. And we want to make sure that you're on the lookout to register for that as well. That's how we're going to kick this off, because before you write this book that God has had inside your belly for a very long time, or maybe he just started talking to you like your brand needs a book. Your brand has been doing very well. Your brand has been encouraging people, uplifting people. You have been taking care of your clients, but you know that it's time for you to write a book. We want to make sure we just go through some deliverance, because writing a book can be freeing, but there can be some things that try to stop what you're called to do. So we just want to make sure that we just get some spiritual deliverance. This is for all business owners. We're going to do this for everyone. So this is a separate registration, which I will place below. But listen, you want to make sure that you come. That's going to be on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And then that weekend starting Friday, we're going to map your book out. We have writing parties every night where we help you figure out what book you're supposed to write. We help you go through your outline. Then we help you vision plan for that book. So then we also have some empowering sessions called Hour of Power. Listen, if you've been a part of the challenge and you've participated in any Hour of Power session, I want you to tell me in the comments below that you have participated in, if you've ever participated in an Hour of Power session. You just let me know if you've participated in one, because I want to know. They are motivating, they are encouraging, they put a fire in you for you to go forth and do what God has called you to do. So if you've ever been a part of one of those, let me know in the comments. And if you haven't, listen, you need to register for the challenge. Somebody says, so I can't see your name, but hello, welcome. You need to register for the challenge. I want you to register for the challenge so you can be a part of Hour of Power sessions. And then we also have speaker sessions. We have some amazing speakers. We're going to talk about standing in your author authority. We're going to be talking about how to get resources to make sure you get your book ready. We're going to talk about how your brand absolutely needs a book. You see, I'm talking straight to you because you have been doing what you do in your business. You have been working for the kingdom. You have been doing what God has called you to do. You have been serving your clients. You have excellent reviews, but people have been asking you questions, and you're like, how am I supposed to get their questions answered in a way that makes sense? And I'm telling you, the book is what you need. Many of you need are going to have speaking engagements. But let me tell you, thing about speaking engagements, books will open the door for you, right? So you want to make sure you got a book so that when you get these speaking engagements, people can go and get your book so they can take home a little piece of you. So listen, your brand needs a book. So we're going to definitely go to mapyourbookout.com so that you can register for that. And then I'll talk about registering for spiritual deliverance as well. I will get that link up for you. Or if someone's on the team that's watching, if you could put the link up, that would be great. But if not, I will take care of it. But listen, I'm gonna give you some good tips tonight. I'm going to encourage you tonight. But first, I want to tell you who I am, right? I'm going to tell you who I am. Hi, Crystal. I'm going to tell you who I am. So let me tell you. So I am Nakeisa Jackson, and I am the lead writing coach for Beyond the Book of Media. But recently, I just got a promotion. So now I am client support, which includes me being the lead writing coach. So I am one of the writing coaches that you're going to be seeing all weekend. I also will help you when you get into our Arthur boot camp when you become a publishing client. All of that, I will be able to see you on all sides now because I'll be client support. So you'll see a lot of me when you become a client, right? Once you become a client, you'll see more of me, and I'll be helping with the details. Of course, we have a team of people that we're going to work with, but I'll be seeing things on both sides. So I just got a promotion, so technically my new title is client support, but I am still the lead boot camp coach as well. So if you join us on boot camp, I'll be one of the main coaches that will coach you, and also if you do one-on-one coaching, that will coach you as well. So that's what I do at Beyond the Book Media. But outside of that, I'm also an author, and I'm looking around like, is my book here? I have two books that I've written. One is called Life After HIV, Living, Removing the Mask, and I also run a nonprofit that helps women living with HIV. And my second book is called A Lover's Journey, where I just talk about how to learn how to love like Christ. And that book was actually published by guess who it was published by? Beyond the Book Media. They published my book. So not only and do I work for them? I used to volunteer with Beyond the Book Media. Now I am also a previous client because my book is out of publishing. I launched my book in we have an Arthur show called Business of Books. I launched my book there in May last year, and I really enjoyed my experience as a client and as someone who works there. So I am really invested in this vision that is Beyond the Book Media, right? So that's what I do. So like I said, I'm an author, I'm a speaker, obviously, right? I also am a part of KBN, so you might be a cousin. You may hear me all the time on prophetic planning every day, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. So I do that. Shameless plug. I lead on Wednesdays, right? So I do that. So I do that as well. Outside of that, I am a wife. I am a mother. And I just do a lot of amazing things, but they all have been from God. So I want to share. I just feel led. I actually thought I was going to say something else, but now I just feel very led to just kind of talk about my book journey actually, and hope that it encouraged you. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how I got out my first book. I feel like it could be a source of encouragement to you. So how I got my first book. First of all, let me just say hello. Hi, Anna. Hi, Jacinta. I got a couple people who are Facebook users. So as you come on, just tell me where you're from. Hello, it's Meet the Family. It's Map Your Book Out time. It's time for you to write these books. But what I want to share with you a little bit before I get into some tips that is going to help you, I want to share with you my first book's journey. The first book I ever wrote. I want to share that journey with you, right? So, hey, look, from Atlanta. That's right, Crystal. That's where I'm at. I'm in Atlanta. Did I say that? I didn't even tell you where I'm from. I live in the great city of Atlanta. I live right on the outskirts in Fayetteville, actually, right past the airport. But it's still technically Metro Atlanta. And I've been here my whole life. So I've lived all over this amazing city. So I've lived on the east side, the west side, the south side, north side, all sides of the city. I have lived on them at one point in time. And now I have been on the south side of Atlanta for quite some time now. So that's where I live at, actually. So Anna, you're from Atlanta. Okay, so ATL is Atlanta is here. You know, Beyond the Books Movie Media Studios is in Atlanta too. So when we do something live, I expect to see all of these people who say they're from Atlanta. I expect to see you there. I'm just saying, you have no excuse. We're right here in the same city. So I just want to, plug that, right? We're in the same city. So I should be able to see your beautiful faces when we do something at Beyond the Book Media, which I hear it may be coming up. You know what I'm saying? It might be in 2022, right? But that's not what we're here for. So I want to share a little bit about my journey. So it was 2017. It was the top of 2017, and I was really working on getting closer to God. I was taking this course for wives, and they were like, "You need to do a passion project." And I said, "Okay." So I started thinking of all of these things I could do. I was like, "I'm gonna do a t-shirt business. I'm gonna write a blog. I'm gonna do this." Like I started all this stuff too, and I kept stopping. And I was like, "Nothing is working. Nothing is fitting me." I was a nurse at the time. I knew that I was full of ideas. I knew at some point I would start a nursing business, but I didn't feel like it was time for that yet. And I just kept like saying something, I need to do something, but I couldn't really put my finger on it. So I tried all of what I thought I knew, right? So then I decide to consult a business coach. I don't think I've ever shared this part publicly. So we get on the phone and we talk, and I say, "Yeah, I think I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that." And he was like, "Yeah, of all the things you share with me," because I share with him, I think I'm supposed to do something with HIV, but I didn't feel like it was time yet. So I always knew, let me back up just a little bit. I always knew that I was going to start an organization since 2000. Since I got diagnosed, I knew I was going to start an organization, right? I knew that I was going to open a clinic at some point, which I have not done yet. I will do that. But that's all I knew. So I was telling him, I know I'm supposed to do that as well, but I don't think that I'm ready. And he said, "But I think that that's what you're supposed to do." So he started telling me, and I run into these situations all the time, by the way. Would not be awkward for me. He starts telling me how his mother worked with different support groups of women that live with HIV. And he just was like, "I just feel very strongly that this is the spot you should start at. I think you should start with this. You're trying to do these t-shirts, you're trying to do that, you're trying to do this, but I feel like it's something on what you're talking about with these women living with HIV." And I was just like, "I don't know." And he was like, "You should think about it, because you could support these women and da, da, da." And I was like, "Well, I was gonna do it where I was kind of removed, meaning I was going to open this clinic and I was going to start this business, but I wasn't going to ever tell my own story, because I read a book about a lady who worked in the field of HIV for like 10 years before she shared her story. And if I'm not mistaken, she was the editor of Paz magazine at one point. And for 10 and Paz magazine is a magazine for people living with HIV, by the way. And she didn't share her story. So I was like, I could do the same thing. So I tried to take on somebody else's identity. I've never shared this story like this before. So I don't know what God is doing. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. So I tried to take on her identity and do it the way she did it. I was like, I could do it, but I'm not going to tell people my story. I'm not doing any of that. I can start the clinic though. And so what I did was I took this to God, and then I remember I started that feeling that I was feeling. He was like, "I want you to write a book." And I was like, "Write a book?" And he said, "Yeah, I need you to tell your story. I want you to write a book. We're not gonna do the nonprofit, not yet, not yet. Like, you still gonna do that, but not yet. I want you to write the book." He was like, "I need you to write a book first." And I was like, "Well, okay." So I found a book coach, because I had no idea what I was doing. I wrote one chapter. The book coach loved it, but he wanted to charge me something that I couldn't afford at the time. And I was like, "Well, you say I'm a good writer. I'm gonna have to go and do this on my own, right?" And at the time when I was about to write, and he wasn't like what we do at Beyond the Book Media, like it wasn't like accountability and things like that. It was more of, I write the book and then he tell me if it's good or not, type kind of coaching, right? That's what he was doing. And I just I couldn't do that at the time. And I think that was just God's design to tell me to get the book done. And so I started writing the book, and I was doing my own business. And then God was like, "Hey, you need to tell people your story." And I was like, "I'm not doing that." And he was like, "Yeah, you need to tell people your story." Because I was still trying to hide. And let me just stop here real quick before I get to the rest of the story, because I'm almost done with the story. Um, God is calling many of you to write a book right now. And God has a specific way He's told you to do it. And what you're going to do in 2022 is you're going to stop trying to do it your way. Listen, I tried it. I've chose already in this story. I've given you two instances of me trying to do it my way and how God stopped me in my tracks. There is a specific way God wants you to do what He's called you to do. And this is going to be the year that you do it that way. No more doing it your way. No more deciding what's best for you. No more doing that, because God knows what's best. So many of you have probably seen this challenge several times, and you've probably participated, right? Or you knew you should have participated, but then something came up. You didn't prepare yourself. You didn't get yourself together. You didn't get your house in order, and then you missed the mark and you didn't participate. But listen, God has given you another opportunity to do it this time. So if this is the way, you feel that tugging on your heart that you're supposed to be a part of this challenge and you're supposed to partner with Beyond Book Media to get your book done, I want you to go ahead and even register now. Like, listen, I'm telling my story, but my books are already done. Listen, I'll probably write more books, but my two assignments when it comes to authoring books that need to be out already, they're already out. Now, I do have a couple things I need to do that I'm actually going to be getting done this year, but my books are done. I have met the assignment, and I want you to meet the assignment too. So it doesn't matter what you've been through last year or the year before that, or if you had this book stuck you for 10 years, or it doesn't matter. God has created a whole publishing company that helps authors write books and publish them very quickly, right? You can write your book in 21 days with us, but come and join the free challenges 3 days, right? It shouldn't really have a fee on it, if I could be honest, but it's not. It's free. You will come out with your book already mapped out. So I just want to encourage you to do this the way that you're supposed to do it this time. Do it this way because God has preordained this time and space that you're listening right now. He's already preordained for you to be here, for you to get this message, and for you to go ahead and sign up to write your book. And I'm not just saying that. I just don't believe nothing happens by accident. I believe that God has been talking to some of you about writing a book. Even if you're watching this on the replay, God's been talking to you about writing a book, and you have toiled because you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, and guess what? Now you run up on, either you saw an ad or you see this and you're like, why did I see this video? How did I end up here on YouTube? How did I end up here on Facebook? And God is like, because I've been telling you to write a book and I've created something just for you. So I just wanted to say that because I just feel like the Lord is really like, listen, join now. Take advantage of it right now because it has what you need, and we don't want to miss God in this season. Like we've been going through a lot, especially the whole world since 2020, and we're still going through it in 2022. But I feel strongly the Lord is wanting to get us out and make us new and give us new ideas and do new things and not get back to normal, but accept our new normal because we're never going backwards. We're only moving forward. But that book in you, He still wants it done. So back to the story. I just felt like I needed to pause for a moment and make sure I didn't skip over that because I believe that's a big point that God wanted me to bring out to you tonight as we prepare for our Map Your Book Out challenge. So also another thing. So what happened was I couldn't get the book coach, like I said, and he told me to go on YouTube and share my story. And I said, I don't want to do that. I said, I want to do this book anonymously. I'm still trying to hide, right? So that's what I was saying. I'm still trying to hide and do things my way because I really don't want people to know. I don't want people to really know. I'm not there yet. And then guess what I do? Instead of going to YouTube, I started telling all the people in my family one by one. Oh, I need to tell you something. Oh, I need to tell you something. And then you know what happened? I got overwhelmed. I said, this is too much. I can't do it. Let me go on YouTube and make this video. I made a 7-minute video on YouTube. And I went on about my day, and I did not know that God was going to supernaturally blow the video up. It's still my best performing video to this day, and that was in 2017. I did not know He was going to blow that video up. So, and then people were going to start flooding my inbox. People were going to start asking me for support. People were just coming. It was like God had set it up for me to put this video out to get eyes on me. So then I would have to show up with the book. So then I would have to show up with the book. And then like people were ready to hear my story. So God put me in a position to have people ready. And many of you are in position, and your clients are ready for your book. The people you talk to on your podcast are ready for your book. The people you talking to on social media, when you do your live streams, when you're doing your clubhouse, when you are making your YouTube videos, if you do YouTube, when you're writing your blog posts, they're looking for your book. Or if you're coaching, or if you're teaching, anything like that, you need a book. Your brand needs a book. So a little bit back to my story. I did the YouTube video. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. I wrote the book. I launched the book. I launched the book a year and 2 months after I first started trying to figure out what I was supposed to do. That was March 2018. And my life has not been the same ever since. By 2019, I was volunteering for Beyond the Book Media. In 2020, I started to work for Beyond the Book Media. And I never knew that by me being obedient to writing those books, that all these doors would open. Many doors have opened for me personally, professionally, spiritually, as a result of writing my book. So you never know the full picture or the full scope of why God needs you to write this book, but you know that he needs you to write it. And then you know your clients are asking. So even if you have a business, no matter what your business is, I promise you, you can use the book. And what I want you to do in the comments, if you're here with me, you're participating, I want you to tell me, what business do you have? What business do you have? Also, say you're like, you know what, maybe you're like me, I don't really have a business, but I have a book. What book idea do you feel like God is wanting you to write? I'll tell you mine, because I've already written 2 books, but I feel like God is asking me to make a workbook to match my book. You see how that works? I put a book out, and now he wants me to do a workbook. So I feel like he wants me to do a workbook to match my book. And I think y'all, okay, so I got it, y'all. Listen, we're gonna be interactive tonight. This is Meet the Family, okay? I'm fighting. Let me tell y'all something. I'm fighting my make sure the video is perfect, and I hear God saying show y'all something. So just bear with me, okay? Because he's like, show them your book. So this is the book, let's see, that I got published through Beyond Book Media. This is the book I just got published that I am going to do a workbook around, because I have a lot of scriptures in here, and God's like, hey, you need to teach people how to meditate on the word of God, because that's something that I do. So Crystal says she is a speaker and a coach. I can see you can do so many books with being a speaker and a coach. Like whatever you coach about, you can do. Because I know you do because I know you do transition coaching, and Crystal is also one of our boot camp coaches. You met her yesterday. If you did not, you can go back and watch that replay once I'm done. So she's a speaker and a coach, and she's always encouraging people. She can do so many devotionals. She can make a book about how to transition through a hard time. She can do a book about her own life, and that will lead her to get even more speaking engagements and also even more coaching. Now, workbook, Jacinta has a blog. Easy. She can take so many of those blogs and turn them into questions to make her workbook. Easy. And she also published 2 other books, by the way. So it's very, for her, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with one of those books. So those are just some examples. So thank y'all for participating. Those are some examples. If you're a coach or a speaker, or if God has given you a workbook, you already got a published book, you can do that. And so listen, and you can do that here with us. So I got a comment here. It says, I'm a speaker/author. I wrote first book on survival mode to greatness, healing from depression, and my other business is a mental health consulting. My second book is about building healthy families around people who come from dysfunctional families and want to break the cycle. So, and I love what you do, and I feel like these 2 books you can, these 2 books that you have, there could be so much more. One thing I want to tell you, my first book I wrote Life After HIV, Removing the Mask. I wrote 1 chapter in that book about learning how to accept yourself or love yourself, and I turned it into 1 whole book. See, that's why God wanted me to have my book. I took 1 chapter out of that first book I wrote, and I made it a whole book. And now I'm about to take this book and make a whole workbook. So there are so many workbooks that can come, because you said the second book is about building healthy families around people who come from dysfunctional families. You can even theme those books, because dysfunction looks different, right? So if my dysfunction was financial, you may want to make a whole book about how to break from financial dysfunction, right? But if my dysfunction was abuse, We might have had all the money in the world. So that's not okay. That's cool. I didn't have a money problem, but I have to break the cycle from abuse because now I have all these unhealthy habits. That's a whole nother book. You can literally series that book out or series it out in workbooks. So there are so many more books. Oh, you haven't. See, look at that. You ain't even wrote it. Well, you need to come. Listen, you haven't wrote it. Come sign up for the challenge so you can write it. So listen, I don't know, probably already helped you with your ideas. I didn't even know you hadn't wrote it. So imagine you come on next Friday. We confirm your book that you're supposed to write in this season. On Saturday, you outlined it. On Sunday, you set the vision for it. And then by Sunday night, you in boot camp with us. And we're helping you push this baby out. You get me, you got Crystal on here. You'll see a little bit from Jacinta, especially when you get over into publishing. Listen, I'm just speaking stuff into existence so you know that this is for you. So thank you for even sharing that. I think it's just time for you to write it because I didn't know. So definitely make sure you register. Yes, okay. I can't wait to see you in the challenge. I think Crystal told somebody, I don't know if it was you, that she gonna be looking for you. But now I got somebody to look for now, Crystal. I don't think it was Anna, but I'm gonna be looking for you in the challenge. I'm gonna be looking for you in the challenge because I'm gonna remember this moment. So wow, that's just amazing. I just love how God does that. So if you're just joining, welcome. This is Meet the Family. I'm Nakeisa Jackson. I'm over client support, and I'm also the lead writing coach at Beyond the Book Media. So today we're doing a Meet the Family, and I want to start talking. Yes, see, she looking for Charlotte. I'm looking for Anna. We got our people we looking for, so we're going to be looking for you. So make sure you register for the challenge. Make sure you come to Spiritual Deliverance. I'm going to put the link to Spiritual Deliverance on here so that you can, I believe registration is up, beyondthebookmedia.com/spiritual. Give me a moment. Deliverance. I hope I did that right. If I don't, please fix that for me, Crystal or Jacinta. But listen, you want to get spiritual deliverance because that is going to set you free, right? Listen, that's what I'm saying. I can't wait. I can't wait. So that's going to set you free, and then we start the challenge on Friday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then guess what starts tomorrow? Tomorrow we start question of the day. Let me tell you about question of the day. Question of the day. It's going to be a tad bit different for a few of the days, right? This is what we're going to do. Question of the day. We're going to ask you a question, and then you're going to win a prize. The question may be where you from, something like that, something about writing, something to keep people like engaged and entertained. And then guess what? After you answer the question, you got to come see us at 8:00 because we might just pick the winner on live. And if you're not there, how you gonna win? So listen, save this schedule. We're going live until Tuesday here. Then we got spiritual deliverance on Wednesday. We'll let you rest on Thursday, and then we start right back on Friday. So listen, question of the day. It comes out on our Facebook page and Write With Me. So make sure you join Write With Me. If you're on the Beyond the Book Media Facebook page, you will be able to see the Write With Me link above. When you sign up for the challenge, you'll get access to Write With Me. So when you sign up for the challenge, you'll get access to Write With Me in our Telegram chat. So we'll make sure we have all of the links placed in there for you. So we start question of the day. You can win a prize. We give away some really good prizes. So you win a prize. So definitely you want to sign up and start doing question of the day tomorrow for your chance. We have it for 7 days straight from Sunday to Sunday. I believe that's how they work in 7 days. And so you definitely want to do that. I do want to give you a few tips to prepare you. So today is Saturday, right? So we have the schedule goes like this. At 6 a.m. on Friday, we pray via Zoom. So nothing is going to be on Facebook. Listen, nothing is on Facebook. Everything is on Zoom. That's why you have to register so you can get the links and get access to your dashboard. We'll be doing a lot of chatting in our Telegram chat. Can't get access to that unless you already in there or you register at mapyourbookout.com. So we're going to pray. Our team is going to pray over you. And at 6 a.m. and then at 12, we have our them motivational sessions, the hour of power sessions. We got some powerful speakers that's just going to set you free to teach, just to really encourage you to walk in your authority as an author. And then we give you a break during the day, answer the question of the day. Then we come back at 7. We have powerful speakers, and these are going to be teaching sessions. So at 12, I want to tell you the difference, because you get into these challenges and you start saying you can skip stuff. You can't skip none of this. At 12 o'clock, that's your dose of motivation that's going to push you through to get this book done. That's going to push you through to see God's face, going to push you through to do those kind of things. At 7 o'clock, that's what we're going to learn. That's our speaker session with our experts. We're going to learn about walking in our author authority. We're going to learn about resources. We're going to learn about why your book is the missing piece. And we have some phenomenal speakers. These speakers, listen, they're going to blow your mind. Even the hour power people are going to blow your mind. So listen, you want to come to that at 7. And then 8 o'clock, we have writing parties. This is where we party. That's where we do the actual work for our book. So we have a full day of going to seek God's face in prayer, getting motivated, learning, and then we implement the same day. So 8 to 10, we have a writing party. So we on the first writing party, we talk about what book we're gonna write and things like that. We go before God. We don't depend on us. We ask God these questions, and then we work through the outline, and then we vision plan. Those are the writing parts. And then at 10, we go over to Clubhouse to have an after party. And the thing is, what I love about the Clubhouse after party, sometimes we get in these challenges. Everybody's on fire. Everybody's doing all these amazing things, and it's exciting. You just want to tell somebody. And you just want to talk about it. You want to debrief all the glory that done fell on you. You want to debrief how you didn't know what book you was going to write, and now you know what book. You want to talk about you just need to release that in a space where they understand it, because this is the thing about creating community. Everybody's not writing a book. So, but when you get in this challenge where everybody desire is to write a book, they're going to understand your excitement. Us coaches, the founder, our operations manager, we're going to understand your excitement to get your book started. So we'll be able to receive it and listen to you and pour into you and encourage you. And that's your chance to talk, because we're going to be doing a lot of the talking during the day. We're going to be doing a lot of the talking. You might get a few questions in, but that time from 10 to about 11 at night, all this is on Eastern Standard Time. That time is for you. So we would love for you to come to the after party, because you're going to be on fire after the writing party, because the writing party going to keep you there. It's going to be like an all night thing for you. We're going to be up from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. pretty much. So that midday break, I advise you to take you a little nap and things like that, because we have a day filled. So here's the schedule here. That schedule is the same Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the same exact schedule, except we'll have different speakers on different days, different hosts for the writing parties. You get to meet all of us again. That's why we're doing our introductions now. So when you see us in the writing parties and on prayer, you're like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? You're gonna be like, I remember Crystal. I heard her talking yesterday. She's a speaker and a coach. You're gonna be like, I remember Nakeisa. She told that story about how she wrote her first book. You're gonna say the same thing about whatever Jacinta, Destiny, and our founder Chanel E. Martin shares with you. You are going to remember that. So my one preparation tip for you is to put this schedule in your calendar. Put this schedule in your calendar. Either, I say do both. I'm a writer, so I'll be writing my calendar and I put it in my phone. But these iPhones have a calendar in them. You got Google Calendar. Put them in your calendar so they can pop up an hour before it's time. Set your alarm clock so you can be up in the morning seeking God's face before we go pray together. Right? Because then you'll be good and oily and ready to receive whatever we want, whatever we have to give you. Because we get up early to make sure that we have been in God's face before we come before you. So we want you to do the same thing. And then get ready, get excited to go do what God has called you to do. So that's all I wanted to share with you all tonight. This has been good. If this has encouraged you, I want you to let me know in the comments. I'm gonna just take a look back at some of these comments. Yes, I love that. Rest on Thursday and come back join us on Good Friday. That is so good. That is so good. Just fire emojis. Anna said, "Oh wow, let's go. No games. Listen, get excited." You said this has been so good. Imagine what it's gonna be like during the challenge, because this is just the meat and grease. So this is not even. This is like the bread. Look, think about a table. This ain't even the appetizer. This is like the bread and the butter and the water that come on the table, right? When you come in at Red Lobster, they first give you that bread. They ain't even took your appetizer orders. They might take your drink orders, and you already got some water on the table. So that's what this is. So imagine if this is what we giving when we just introducing ourselves and getting you ready. Imagine what our power is going to be like. It's some on our power, because I keep on saying it, right? What to think about the writing part, then the after party. Like, you're going to be on fire by the time this is over, okay? All these fire emojis. You're going to be on fire by the time this is over. So I want you all to get that schedule in your calendar. Put it in your calendar after you register. I'm gonna type it down here. It's on the screen as well, but I like to type it in the comments because it's easier for you to click. Mapyourbookout.com. So listen, this mapyourbookout.com. Go ahead and go register for mapyourbookout.com. You're gonna get your email, join our Telegram chat, join our Facebook group. We're gonna let you in. Telegram is already open, so as soon as you join, just tell us hey, and we're gonna greet you and say how you doing. We'll be dropping the schedule in there too as well, for the days. So definitely make sure you save this schedule in your calendar and go ahead and plan ahead. Think about what your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday look like. What are you doing that you can move? What are you doing that you can maybe change off, or who can cover for you, right? Do you normally cook a full course meal on Saturday? Maybe you can order pizza that night. It's like it's just one weekend, right? Or maybe you can pre-do it, and then you have, because I know we be trying to eat healthy. So maybe you can cook for the weekend on Friday, before the Friday in the midday, and have your weekend ready with your food. Whatever it takes, do what it has to. It's just one weekend of a sacrifice to get done what God has called you to. It's not what I'm saying, or what Crystal said, or what Jacinta will say, or what Chanel will say, or what Destiny will say. It's what God has called you to do. And sometimes we have to make sacrifices and change some things in our home to get that work done. So I hope that you all are ready. I hope that you are excited. I hope that this has encouraged you. I feel encouraged. I feel ready. I'm so excited to see you all in the challenge. Remember to register for the challenge. Tomorrow we're going to be back. We're going to have our operations manager, Jacinta, is going to be going tomorrow, same time at 8 p.m. She's going to be introducing herself. She's going to be getting you ready for the challenge, getting you excited, getting you hyped. So definitely invite a friend. Share this broadcast out. If you're just joining, please hashtag replay when you watch the replay. Share this with a friend. I believe that there's somebody in your life need a book. They've been talking about it. Why not do the challenge together? Okay, do it together. So that's what we're gonna do. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook, make sure you like this page. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Listen, we're trying to build up our real estate online, and we want you to be a part of our community. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share this video out with your friends to let other people know. Don't keep it to yourself. And we just thank you for tuning in tonight on a Saturday evening, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. same place, same time. Y'all have a wonderful night.